Yes, everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Stephen Howson, and this is 5 things that we learn on international break. The first one that we're going to be talking about is Marcus Rashford is on fire. I don't mean like literally on fire, but he's in very good form, isn't he? He's got 11 goal contributions in the last 10 games for club and country, 17 goals and assists for club and country in this entire season, and it's only November. That's more than Mo Salah, which you're not hearing many people saying about that. The left-hand side suits him so well, doesn't it? I really think that he probably could play centre-forward later on in his career. There's elements to his game that I think don't quite suit being a centre-forward, like his heading's probably not good enough. His hold-up play is probably not good enough. That's not why you play Marcus Rashford. You play Marcus Rashford to be very direct. You play him to be a hard-working member of the team off the ball. He's excellent at that. Probably suits where Manchester United are because of that now at the moment, and would actually probably suit Klopp's system very well as well on the left-hand side, to be honest. That Ronaldo-esque chop that he's got, he seems to be perfecting that, and he seems to be taking loads of chances by doing that, completely fooling defenders, including absolutely rinsing Trent AlexanderArnold with it at Old Trafford a couple of years ago. More on that one a little bit later on. He is probably in some of the best form of his life at the moment, and it's very funny seeing all of the people that slagged him off, called him Rashbeck and Trashford, all start to change their tune about the guy. Marcus Rashford was a good player going through poor form, struggling with the pressures of being a Manchester United star at the age that he's at. The comparisons that he constantly gets to the likes of Thierry Henry and Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, I personally don't think he's going to have a career like either of those two players. And if he comes anywhere close to those, we've got a real gem in us. But the fact is, his stats to date put him in that echelon. That's why you hear him talking about that. And no one compares this guy to Solanke or to Iniacho or any of the other people that are his peers, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. These guys can't even spell Marcus Rashford, let alone hold a torch to him. He's doing very well. He's nowhere near the finished article. He's young, he's hungry, he's Manc born and bred, and he's in the form of his life. Get in. Number 2. James Garner needs to start getting some games for Manchester United. Scored a brace for England this weekend as England captain in the under-19s. He's already on 10 goals so far this season for a midfield player. Yes, all right, this is played at different age groups, and that's not being what's shown in the first team. But with McTominay being out for anywhere between 2 and 10 weeks, according to United, this is the perfect opportunity now to go and show James Garner, lads, what has this kid got? Let's find out. Let's throw him in there and see what he's got, because I'm going to be honest with you, there ain't a whole host of options. They're probably going to try and play somebody else out of position. They're probably going to try and shoehorn someone else. But you know what? There really isn't many other options, unless you're going to throw maybe Lindelof into midfield or something along those lines, which I know a lot of you guys have suggested in the past. Then I don't actually know who's going to play. Is Matic fit? No idea. When's Axel coming back? No idea. So unless we completely change up our whole formation and maybe go a back three to sort of protect what we've got a little bit at the moment, Scott's been great for us this season. Losing him's definitely going to be a bit of a blow for us and something that we definitely need to overcome. I'll be very interested to see if James Garner gets the opportunity, and not just for this immediate period where McTominay is probably going to be out, but with Pogba, whatever he's doing, Matic looking like he's going to leave, and the addition of McTominay being injured, James Garner needs to start getting some minutes. Number 3, Angel Gomes needs to play some football for Manchester United. Injured for United, goes away on international duty, plays, not a drip. Something a bit fishy going on there. Now, I believe there's ongoing talks, and I don't think they are settled just yet, and I think Manchester United probably want Angel to sign before you're going to see him in the first team with any sort of regularity. He is the most natural and gifted number 10 that Manchester United have, without question. Is he ready for the first team right this second? It's up for debate, to be honest. I think there's loads of people who say he absolutely is. He's better than what we've got. And there's those that'll say, well, his physicality's not quite there. And I would agree with that. But I would also say you have to use the attributes of that player to your advantage. He's an absolute killer from free kicks. And when he plays, he is the most foul player on a football pitch. So play him and start putting some balls in the back of the net from free kicks. I do wonder what's going to happen with his contract. I do wonder if he's able to settle in, if he's been advised correctly. And I've got question marks around all that sort of stuff. If Angel goes, it will 100% be a Pogba situation where he goes and absolutely smashes it. If someone gives him 30, 35 games next season, we're all going to be going, oh my God, what have we lost there? That's how good he is. He's good enough now to hold a place down. Maybe if we're talking to Leicester and we want to bring in someone like James Maddison in January and they don't want that to happen, what if we was able to go and get Maddison but give them Angel Gomes till the end of the season? And then we can make a decision on whether Gomes signs a contract with United or signs a contract elsewhere. The reality is that if we take Maddison in January, he's probably not going to stick around, is he? But he will go and get himself a decent move somewhere else on the back of having 6 months in the Premier League. Number 4, players are starting to come back from fitness, apart from the ones that are just getting injured. We saw Fosu Mensah, who's down there training at Carrington. I did speak to somebody at the club last week and they said he's about 6 weeks out. I didn't follow up on that because we were talking about some other stuff, but 6 weeks, I don't know if that means 6 weeks to be back properly training with the first team. Is that 6 weeks before they're going to throw him into an under-23s game? Or is that 6 weeks before you see him lining up at a game at Old Trafford? Don't know the answer, but let's find out in 6 weeks, shall we? What's going to happen with Fosu Mensah? Now, Fosu Mensah is a proper enigma, man. When he played under Louis van Gaal, that Tottenham game especially, but all of the other games that he played in that season under Louis van Gaal, Fosu Mensah looked an absolute certainty to make it at Manchester United. Now, there has been some off-field issues with him. When he went to Crystal Palace, he brought a YouTube channel, it wasn't me, don't fucking blame me, into the dressing room. I think it was, is it 90-24, one of those, to go and look at some of his shirts. And he did that after a game that they lost. And Crystal Palace saw their arse with him, and they also had Wan-Bissaka coming through, so they was like, fuck this kid. There's been some rumours of off-the-field issues at Fulham, which is why it didn't go well for him. And maybe Fulham wasn't the right move for him because of how it went with them during the season that they was in the Premier League anyway. Then he gets injured. He's got the opportunity now because Manchester United are so short in midfield that I think once he gets fitness, they're going to look at him. And they're going to give him 3, 4, 5 games, which he will get between now and the end of the season, to prove whether he's got it. And even if he's not 100% got it, if he's close to doing it and we go, do you know what? Let's take a gamble on this kid, keep hold of him for maybe another season, and let's see if he can actually regain that player that we once saw. Because you know what? Is he a bit rash? Yeah. But so's Brandon Williams, so's Baye, so's Rojo. You need a little bit of character. Fosu Mensah's quality on the ball, and some of the best games that I ever seen from him was playing as a defensive midfielder, not quite a number 8, not quite a number 6. I think he could fulfill a bit of a budget Kante kind of role at Manchester United. He could do a job in specific games, and who knows, he might even grow into a top draw midfielder because the ability is there inside him. He just needs games. Like Angel Gomes, like Jimmy Garner, the way Scott McTominay has developed is on the back of having games regularly. That's when you start to... Fred has developed on the back of games regularly at United. You need to be playing games regularly or you just simply do not develop. So Fosu Mensah, I hope he's given the opportunity and I hope he gets to come back. Now, Pogba is also another one that looks like he's on the road to recovery. He's now got no cast on. We may see him start to ramp up his training and hopefully he gets back to fitness and gets back in the mix. I actually think going into the fixtures that we've got in December, we could really change the landscape of the Premier League if we go and have a very good December. Now, asking us to do that and us actually doing that, two massively wildly different things, but you never know. And obviously Jesse Lingard wasn't on England duty this weekend. He was doing training on his own. Good to see that sort of dedication. And obviously all the lads that weren't on international duty, we saw Axel and the rest of them over in Dubai doing a little bit of warm weather training. Let's hope all of those players are taking a step towards fitness. This squad is so thin, it can't compete in the slightest when we've got 1, 2, 3 injuries. Look how Manchester City have crumbled by losing a defender or two. They have absolutely folded in half. Now, ask how thin this Manchester United squad is and ask us to try and compete without the likes of Paul Pogba and some of the other players that have been out as well. So hopefully some players come back to fitness. And number 5 then, this one is absolutely guaranteed to boil some piss. But Wan-Bissaka's better than Trent. All right, there I said it. Now, I will caveat this with Trent is the absolute perfect foil for that Liverpool system. But when you look at the actual percentage of crosses that he throws in, basically he's just like, It's just a numbers game with the guy. He's throwing in cross after cross after cross after cross after cross after cross, and that's why he ends up with loads of assists, because the crosses he's putting in are not David Beckham quality. Calm your motherfucking titties. He's putting in crosses into a decent area, and he is a very good footballer, and he is very good on the ball. But defensively, he's really ordinary, and I might even say a little bit on the shit side. Now, that's not to say that Wan-Bissaka doesn't have his weaknesses. Anybody that's watched Manchester United this season, when Wan-Bissaka's got the ball in the final third, has probably been a little bit disappointed with the delivery, especially from someone that is supposed to have been a winger 18 months ago at Premier League Academy. Wan-Bissaka definitely has to improve in the final third. I saw someone go, Trent can easily improve his defending more than Wan-Bissaka can improve his attacking. Where'd you pull that from? Your ass. I'm not going to make a stupid statement like that. I'm going to say I think Wan-Bissaka is irreproachable defensively, and Trent is very good going forward. Which one would I rather have in my team? Which one I'd rather have in this Manchester United team? It's Wan-Bissaka all day long. And that's why I say he's better. And when it comes to the crunch, when it comes to a World Cup, when it comes to a Euros, you watch and see. When we're not playing Kosovo, when we're not playing Montenegro, I don't think you'll see Trent AlexanderArnold in an England shirt. And I think you're far more likely to see somebody with defensive capabilities like Wan-Bissaka when it comes to us playing those big games. When we're not expecting to run out 5-0, 6-0, 7-0. When it's going to be a game where we are probably going to lose. When it comes to Belgium, when it comes to Germany, when it comes to Spain, when it comes to France, you let me know who's lining up at right back for England. Right, that is it from me. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check out the Patreon group where you'll get all the exclusive news on the contracts, like the one that we dropped in last week for those who was interested, and all the sort of stuff. As we ramp up towards a transfer window, it is the only place that you need to be to get the inside track on what is going on with Manchester United. And we have got meetups and five-a-sides and all sorts of shit galore. Next couple of weeks, we're going to be having the December five-a-side meetup. We're also going to be having the Wes Brown Hotel Football live podcast, which you're not going to get to see unless you are a Patreon member. And if you are a Patreon member that lives in Manchester, you get to come as well. So check the link in the description, see all the different benefits that you get, and I will see you in the next one. Laters.